What's up, YouTube? Man, it's been too long. I think it's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 years since I posted a video last. Anyway, I've been kicking around the idea of kind of restarting the channel and starting to post some content a little bit more regularly. I thought I might maybe just give a quick kind of life update. We're gonna recap, a little more than half a decade in a matter of 30-40 seconds. But I obviously I was from Las Vegas. I've lived in Las Vegas a lot of my life, and in 2014 just kind of reached a crossroads, I think, both professionally and personally, and just kind of came to a point where I needed to make some changes. And so yeah, that's what I did. So my family and we moved out to Hawaii, and in 2014, beginning in 2014, around April, actually, I think. March or April. Anyway, so we went out there, and the idea was, hey, let's go out there, let's see if we can kind of make something happen. We had the idea that, maybe going to school would be a good idea. So we moved out there with kind of that in mind. Although we hadn't applied for school or anything like that at that point. Anyway, long story short, we were there a couple of months. We made some great contacts. We were able to get accepted into school, my wife and I both. And so, yeah, we went back to school. And listen, I'm a high school dropout, and so getting accepted into a college was no small feat. It wasn't easy. I'll probably go into it maybe more in more detail in a later video, but I'll say this, that our original applications were not accepted. I went in for an in-person interview, and literally got laughed out of the office. My high school transcripts were pretty bad. Anyway, long story short, we were able to get in, and my wife and I both graduated with honors, which was pretty sweet, considering, being the high school dropout, being the kid that, when I dropped out of school, nobody batted an eyelash about it. I didn't have a single teacher call saying, "What are you doing? What are you thinking?" I think everybody was like, "Yeah, man, that makes sense." Anyway, so had a phenomenal experience at school. Had some just top shelf teachers. Learned some great things, met some great people, and from there I was able to originally land an internship with Walmart corporate, Fortune 1. And so it was a great internship. That was back in 2016, so quite a while ago. After my internship, went back to school, finished out a couple of years. I graduated in 2018, and then have moved out to Arkansas, and I'm working for, like I said, for Walmart Tech, and I work as a software engineer, so pretty far away from my previous life, professionally. I worked in hospitality as a hospitality manager in Las Vegas. So now I work as a software engineer. Love it. It's great. Work on a great team. Love the people I work with. Love my boss. Love the hierarchy on up, as far as I know, up to like the VP. They're just exceptional people to work with and to learn from. So it's been great. Anyway, so yeah. So like I said, wanted to breathe a little new life into the channel. And just kind of give an update, as far as what I'm doing. I'm still alive, still living, still married, still have great kids, all that. And yeah, so my Shadow, let's give an update on my Shadow. I love the Honda Shadow. I have a 2003 Honda Shadow 750. It's a great bike. That's what I've taken on. I mean, the majority of my long rides, trip up the coast, my trips down Route 66, you know, and everywhere in between. It's a phenomenal bike. Love it. Can't say enough about it. With that said, when I moved back from Hawaii, it had been in storage for 4 years, and you know, my first year back from school, finances were pretty tight, and to be honest, just didn't have the funds to breathe new life into that motorcycle. And so it sits just, you can see just that front tire. Let's take a look. There it is. Let me close this door. There it is. It has seen better days. It is currently covered in sawdust, missing a seat, missing an air filter cover. I should say missing, I have them, but they're somewhere in my garage. I'm not 100% sure where they are. Anyway, I went out and bought another motorcycle because I love to ride. And I had a motorcycle when I was in Hawaii. I did some riding there, but I gotta tell you, it was a little scary. People there aren't the best drivers, and the road conditions change all the time. You know, you get some high surf, it can wash sand and gravel over the road, and sand and gravel are not a friend of the motorcyclist. So yeah, I didn't do a whole lot of riding there, although I did have a bike. Anyway, so yeah, I did buy a new bike, and I will give a walk around video and some updated news as far as that bike goes, and just kind of future plans. I've also taken up some new hobbies. I've gotten into some woodworking. And so I think moving forward, this channel is going to be motorcycles, it's going to be woodworking, it's going to be some archery, it's just going to be some, you know, hanging out, doing stuff with the family. I do have some plans for the old Shadow. I have my oldest son has turned 17. In fact, he's about to turn 18, and has told me that he wants to ride. And I got to tell you, as a father, the idea of having your son ride is both terrifying and thrilling. And so I talked to his mom, my wife, and we've decided if he's going to learn to ride, if he has an interest, he's going to do it, right? It's going to happen. And so why not teach him? You know, why not take him under my wing for the next year or so that he's here at home? Why not show him how to ride? And yes, of course, we're going to put him through the basic rider's course. We're going to put him through the advanced rider course, what have you. But then having someone to ride with that you're not trying to keep up with, you know, we're trying to ride beyond your means is really important for the new rider. And so I think as his dad, I can be, you know, very responsible. I can keep our speed real low. You know, I can teach him about some of the intricacies of riding, you know, everything from counter steering and, you know, how to brake and how to, you know, use your gears and what kind of spacing to allow for the car in front of you, as far, you know, and some other things. I'm a very passive driver, you know, passive rider. You know, I take the mentality of I'm invisible to the world. You know, I'm the invisible man when I ride. That's what I like to think of myself as. So that I'm hyper vigilant, and I'd like to pass that on to my son, especially if he's going to be on a motorcycle. Anyway, so we're going to be doing some archery. We're going to be doing some shooting because I'm into guns. We're going to be doing some riding motorcycles. We're going to be doing some woodwork. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. I've got videos coming. Some of it's going to be how-to. Some of it's going to be this is what I'm up to. Anyway, I'm really excited to get back into YouTube. I don't have a GoPro yet, so the motorcycle videos are going to be a little slow coming for the next little bit, but I have every intention of getting a new GoPro and making sure that, you know, I can put out some of that content too. Because truthfully, that's my favorite. I love to ride, I love to moto camp and just travel in general. But yeah, well, I just am looking forward to putting out content. Anyway, it's I don't want to say, hey, I'm back, because I think I've said that a couple of times, but I have every intention of putting out some new videos, and I think we're gonna have some fun. Anyway, Take it easy, YouTube. Talk to you soon.